Have you ever felt a strange sense of familiarity with a person you just met? Or experienced a place for the first time, yet it felt as though you had walked those streets or sat under those trees long ago? What if I told you that these mysterious feelings are gentle echoes from your past lives? The great master Paramhansa Yogananda often reminded us that we are not this temporary body or fleeting personality. We are the immortal soul, traveling through countless lifetimes, gathering wisdom, facing trials, and growing ever closer to our divine source. And through the sacred art of deep meditation, the veil that hides these previous births can sometimes be lifted. But how does one unlock these hidden memories? Is it truly possible to see your past lives by sitting silently in meditation? And if so, should you even try? Today, in this video, we'll gently explore this ancient and sacred question through the words and wisdom of Paramhansa Yogananda. Together, we'll uncover what the soul really is, why nature conceals the memories of past incarnations, and how meditation, when approached with purity and devotion, can lead to glimpses beyond this present life. Yet, as Yogananda lovingly advised, the purpose of meditation is not curiosity, but liberation. Past life visions can come, but they are only meaningful if they help free you from the endless cycles of birth and death. So, if you're a seeker yearning to know the deeper truth of your existence, and to understand the mysterious workings of your soul, stay with me until the end. Together, let's step beyond time, beyond body, beyond identity, into the timeless light of the self. Your soul's story awaits. According to Paramhansa Yogananda, the greatest mistake humanity makes is identifying itself with the temporary, the body, the name, the circumstances of this single fleeting life. In truth, you are not this body, nor this face you see in the mirror, nor the roles you play in society. You are the immortal, unchanging soul, a spark of the infinite, a drop from the boundless ocean of spirit. The soul is ever existing, ever conscious, and ever new bliss, untouched by birth or death, by youth or old age. Just as a man changes his clothes when they become worn out, so too does the soul discard one physical form at death and take on a new one in birth, continuing its divine journey through countless lifetimes. Yogananda explained that while the soul itself is pure and eternal, it carries impressions from every experience it gathers along the way. These impressions, known in ancient teachings as samskaras, are like seeds planted deep within the subconscious mind. They silently shape your tendencies, fears, desires, and attractions in your current life. If you have an unexplained talent for music, a sudden fear of water, or a deep longing for a particular country or culture you've never visited, these could be traces from your previous incarnations. This eternal movement of the soul from one life to another is not random. It is governed by the law of cause and effect, or karma. Every action you perform, every thought you nurture, creates subtle energy that shapes your future experiences. Yogananda lovingly taught that understanding the eternal nature of your soul is the first step to freedom. Only by realizing that you are the immortal self, beyond all temporary identities, can you begin to transcend the illusions of birth and death. Paramhansa Yogananda, with the compassion of a true master, affirmed that it is indeed possible to glimpse your past lives through deep, superconscious meditation. But he gently warned seekers not to pursue this merely out of curiosity or fascination. The true purpose of meditation, he said, is not to uncover who you once were, but to realize who you truly are now, the deathless, blissful self beyond all forms and names. However, as the sincere meditator stills the restless waves of the mind, purifies the heart, and attunes his consciousness to higher realities, certain memories from past incarnations may naturally surface, unbidden, like forgotten ripples rising from the silent depths of a lake. In the superconscious state, that exalted awareness beyond the conscious and subconscious mind, the eternal record of your soul's journey exists in subtle form. The ancient sages called this the Akashic Records, an invisible archive imprinted upon the cosmic ether, holding every thought, word, deed, and experience of every life you have lived. Through regular, deep meditation, when the heart is pure and the intention sincere, the veil of forgetfulness can sometimes part, revealing glimpses of the soul's prior sojourns. Yogananda taught that these experiences come not through imagination or fantasy, but as vivid, undeniable flashes of inner perception, much clearer and more profound than ordinary dreams. Often, such revelations arise not when one seeks them, but when the soul is ready, and when such knowledge would aid one's spiritual progress. In these moments, the seeker must remain detached, remembering always that the goal is not to cling to past roles, whether king or beggar, saint or sinner, but to rise above all mortal identities and merge into the eternal light of spirit. Paramhansa Yogananda often said that it is Divine Mother's mercy that most people cannot remember their past lives. While the soul carries all its experiences from lifetime to lifetime, the conscious mind is protected by a veil of forgetfulness. Why? Because the burden of remembering every pain, loss, failure, and death across countless births would be too much for the ordinary human mind to bear. Imagine carrying not just the sorrows of this life, but those of hundreds, even thousands, of lives. The mind would collapse under the weight of unresolved trauma and emotional chaos. So nature, in her infinite compassion, conceals these memories until the soul is strong, calm, and ready to receive them without attachment or disturbance. Yogananda explained that past life memories are hidden in the deeper layers of the subconscious mind, not lost, but simply veiled. They influence your behavior, shape your tendencies, and even affect your relationships, but they remain just out of conscious reach for your own protection. The ego, which thrives on identification with roles and emotions, would only inflate or become confused if it knew every past identity. Some people were saints in other lives, others, warriors, artists, or even criminals. If one were to remember these vividly without proper inner maturity, it could either feed pride or cause unnecessary guilt and fear. Only when the seeker becomes spiritually purified, when the heart is steady, the ego subdued, and the desire for truth surpasses the desire for drama, can the divine safely allow such knowledge to surface. And even then, these memories are shown not to entertain, but to teach. As Yogananda said, the soul's purpose is not to look back in fascination, but to move forward into freedom. Even though most people cannot consciously recall their past lives, Paramhansa Yogananda explained that the signs of those previous incarnations are quietly at work within you, every single day. These impressions, known as samskaras, subtly influence your thoughts, emotions, talents, fears, and attractions. The soul, moving from life to life, carries these latent tendencies within the subconscious mind. They are like seeds sown in the fertile soil of your being, waiting for the right conditions to sprout. Have you ever wondered why some people are born with a natural gift for music, mathematics, or leadership, without formal training? Or why you may feel an unexplainable connection to a particular culture, language, or time period? Perhaps you've noticed sudden fears, like a fear of water or heights, without any experience in this life to justify them. These are gentle echoes from your past. Yogananda called these subtle footprints left on the soul's journey. He taught that even your strongest personal relationships often carry karmic ties from other lives. A deep bond or immediate tension with someone you've just met could be the continuation of a relationship long forgotten by the conscious mind but remembered by the soul. These unseen forces shape your present life in ways most never realize. Yogananda encouraged seekers to become aware of these signs, not with superstition, but with calm observation. Through introspection and meditation, you can begin to recognize patterns in your nature and desires. As you grow in inner stillness, you'll notice which tendencies uplift you and which subtly hold you back. In this way, the impressions of past lives reveal themselves, not as a dramatic vision, but as quiet insights guiding your soul toward healing, wisdom, and eventual liberation. If a seeker truly wishes to uncover glimpses of past lives, Paramhansa Yogananda gently advised that it must be approached with great purity, humility, and sincerity of heart. These sacred memories are not to be chased out of curiosity or personal gain, but should come naturally, when they are meant to, as aids on the path to spiritual freedom. Yogananda emphasized that the first step in this preparation is to establish a regular, deep meditation practice. When the mind is restless and scattered, the inner vision remains clouded. But as you calm the breath, withdraw your energy from the senses, and dive inward, you begin to reach subtler levels of awareness where such impressions can arise. He recommended sincere daily meditation, especially techniques like Hong Sao and Kriya Yoga, which help still the restless thoughts and open the doorway to superconscious states. Alongside this, Yogananda stressed the importance of prayer, not as begging, but as heartfelt communion with the divine, asking for guidance, protection, and wisdom to receive only what is beneficial for your soul's growth. Equally essential is developing non-attachment to the body, ego, and passing identities. One must clearly understand that even past life visions are like old clothes once worn. You are not the warrior, the mother, the artist, or the beggar you might see, you are the immortal soul, merely witnessing these roles. A pure lifestyle also prepares the mind for higher perception. Yogananda recommended simple, vegetarian living, truthfulness, kindness, and avoidance of harmful habits. Finally, he urged seekers to read the lives of saints and sacred texts, as these awaken spiritual discrimination. When the heart is humble, the mind clear, and the soul devoted, memories of past lives may naturally arise in meditation, offering wisdom and setting the soul free. In his autobiography of a yogi, Paramhansa Yogananda openly shared one of his own profound experiences of remembering a past life. During deep meditation, Yogananda beheld a vivid vision of himself as a yogi in the Himalayas in a previous incarnation, practicing intense austerities and meditating in a remote cave. This was not a hazy dream, but a clear, undeniable inner experience that left him with a deep sense of timelessness, a recognition that the soul moves endlessly from life to life, wearing many faces, yet remaining untouched by all of them. Through this vision, Yogananda confirmed that past life memories can indeed be revealed to sincere seekers, but he also explained why such experiences are rare and should never be forced. Yogananda lovingly advised that when these memories come, they must be received with calm detachment. One should neither become attached to a noble past nor burdened by a difficult one. You may see yourself as a saint, a soldier, a poet, or a sinner, but these were merely roles played upon the stage of Maya, the cosmic illusion. The true self remains forever pure, untouched by these temporary identities. He warned that even spiritually gifted people can become trapped by ego or delusion if they become overly fascinated with past life visions. Yogananda explained that the purpose of such glimpses is to teach and liberate, not to entertain the ego. They are meant to help you better understand the hidden forces shaping your present life and to release old attachments that bind the soul to endless rebirths. His final advice was clear: the greatest secret lies not in who you were, but in realizing who you truly are, the deathless, blissful spirit beyond all births and deaths. And so, dear seeker, as we have explored today, it is indeed possible to witness glimpses of your past lives through meditation. But the wise masters, including Paramhansa Yogananda, lovingly remind us that the true treasure of the spiritual path does not lie in looking back, but in awakening fully to the eternal self that you are, here, now, in this very moment. The soul's journey across lifetimes is vast and mysterious, and though past life impressions shape our present nature, they are but passing clouds in the infinite sky of spirit. What matters most is not who you were in centuries past, but who you choose to become today. Meditation is the sacred key, not to entertain your curiosity, but to free you from the illusions of time and ego, and to return you to your source in the infinite. If memories arise naturally as your mind grows still and your heart becomes pure, receive them with calm wisdom, and let them serve as gentle lessons. But always remember, beyond every identity, talent, or past experience, you are the immortal, unchanging, ever blissful soul. If this message touched your heart, and you feel drawn to dive deeper into the wisdom of Yogananda and the eternal truths of the soul, I warmly invite you to subscribe to this channel. Together, let's walk the inner path, toward freedom, peace, and divine realization. And if you know a fellow seeker who would find peace or inspiration in these words, kindly share this video with them. Let us build a community of souls dedicated to the search for truth. Until we meet again, dear friend, in silence, in meditation, and in spirit, Aum, peace, Amen.